everybody. We are live. And I'm sorry for starting a little bit. A few minutes later than I planned. It's because my oven is not working at all. So I'm going to have to go and get a new oven. It's kind of weird because the oven's not working, the grill part's not working because that's attached to the oven, but the pods and all that, the hob's still working, no issue. So I had to use the fryer instead, obviously, to cook my food, which is fine. I don't mind using the fire. The only bad thing with the fire is it makes a lot of mess. But apart from that, it's livable. But I'm gonna have to get it up sometime later this week. Shouldn't affect any of my streams, but if it does, it does. But anyway, welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. Today we're getting very close to the game, so today we're actually going back to Tatooine to go to the Jedi Temple, see what's happened there. Of course, I've killed all the Jedi and I got a dark side playthrough, so I don't actually know what happens to the Jedi Temple if every single Jedi is dead. Because in the light side playthrough, you keep them alive, then Femi kills them. So I don't know what's different about this. So this might not be a full stream today. It might be, it might not be. The plan is today is to get to the final planet. By completing it, not entirely sure. Probably not. We'll probably save that for Friday's stream. And you probably see the pinned comment as well. I said I was going to do that. I had a schedule, a stream schedule that I put up once in my life. I don't ever stick to schedules. I don't do stream schedules ever. But I had a stream schedule, how to put it up and all that stuff. But we are going to level the handmaid because I feel like I have to use a handmaid in a future mission. Oh shit, I was going to do HK's mission as well. I completely forgot about that cut content mode. Oh, God, that mission sucks. Right. Well, I guess it made sense for me to pick these characters because we need to level them. Get some levels into them, so we'll start with HK. Just get his dexterity up more. Where's stuff at this point? I don't actually know what I want to spend that on. Security. Yeah. Entirely sure what I want to. I guess that could be useful. Right, handmaid. So handmaid's still light side. It's only one character. There probably is a way to go in so somehow. To go dark side. Some method. But not my playthrough. So what does specialize? She's only level 13, so she's got a lot of stuff I can work on. Don't actually know. I never used a handmaid ever. Just Fury, I suppose. Yeah, I guess we'll just max out all your attacks. Just give you every attack in the game. So you've got some good... But you don't go level up your strength. The reason I think the handmaid is because we actually do have to use her for one mission in the entire game. I gotta make sure I have something good on her, at least. Entry. Critical strike. Up your shed even more. Feet. Strike again. Tree. Give you master strike. dexterity up. If you're the main character or if you're a force character, I really just want to focus on strength and dexterity. 2 injury, sure. Okay, yeah, so just specialise in that. Yeah, we should find cash up for the main players. Armour. Just put something on. No, not that. Defense bonus. That's just really powerful. Oh, -6. -6. No, that's just kind of rough. Why do you want that one? Force persuasion, I suppose. Alright. So, we're going to the Jedi Temple because that's what Claire said to the Lion the last stream. So that's exactly where we're going to go. Then I think we're going to be locked from all the moral stuff. Once we go here. So this week's stream schedule is, I may as well bring it up. Oh well, they haven't gone back in. Surprise. Is this today, tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll be doing Bad Company 2 Still Alive. Then on Thursday, we'll be starting a new play for the channel, which will be Battlefield 4. And on Friday, we'll complete this game. It's kind of weird how that gets rebuilt when there's no Jedi. Maybe Atreus is here or something. I've never killed the Jedi and been here ever. Never done that in a playthrough. I killed them all before we beat them here, so who actually lives here? Alright, who rebuilt the temples? Or the Jedi did? Or the Jedi Masters? Probably should shoot it, but I don't know, it makes sense.
It has been some time.
I should play 6 out soon.
The years have not been kind to us both, it seems.
No one's alive. Wow. No one's here. Interesting. There's just nobody. So who the fuck built the temple then? Someone's watching.
Is it as you expected? I had thought you were the last of the Jedi, as did the Sith, but there are more of them than you know. Your actions have crippled the Order, perhaps destroyed them. No. Perhaps it is difficult to say. For every Jedi slain, for every Sith slain, another rises. But the Order is wounded, yes. Because there is something we must discuss. I have done what I can to keep you from the Jedi and the Sith, but a critical moment approaches. And what you have done is not enough. Master Vrook, despite his faults, was right to come here. I had thought he might have recognized Dantooine for what it was, what had been done there. You are tied to places such as these, you know. The record of your trial hints at such things. It tells of ignorance. Master Vrook was unwilling to admit that the echo of Dantooine he felt was inside you as well. They admitted it as much in the council chamber after your trial, though they did not understand what it meant at first. They assumed it was a threat that they felt. From one perspective, they were correct. As much as you can form connections to others, such connections exist on a galactic scale as well. It is possible to hurt or sever those connections, to create places in the Force where it is difficult to center oneself, but that is the crudest form of manipulation. It is possible to affect those connections in other ways, by the slightest action. A seemingly minor choice, a small cruelty. The stronger your connection to life, to the Force, the stronger these echoes can be made, and the stronger they are felt. When heard, Force sensitives instinctively seek out the source, are drawn to it to try and form a connection. And when the connection is formed, both become stronger, and the influence between them grows. Your companions, many are touched by the Force on some level, and in many ways they serve out of compulsion and because your connection influences them strongly. It was much like it was for you in the Mandalorian Wars, with many Jedi under your command. But this connection has other consequences. When the Source is wounded, the one on which others draw strength, then they are wounded as well. What one feels, the other feels. And when others die, the scream travels back to the Source. If they occur at the same time, or at the right time, these screams will build upon each other until it is the only sound you can hear. And the deaths of many will cause the screams to build until their pain becomes yours, and you die as well. And that is why during the Mandalorian Wars, you lost your connection to the Force. It was that final battle, the deaths of so many Jedi, that caused you to lose your connection. It caused the wound that you feel now. It caused pain in the Force, an emptiness, a wound that has yet to heal. But it does not end there. If it did, then perhaps the threat that we face would be more manageable. This pain I describe, the echo of these acts, is true of planets as well. Tremendous loss of life on a planetary scale can also cast echoes, create a scream, a wound in the Force that can travel across the galaxy. It can be felt by Force sensitives, and it can influence them whether they realize it or not. If enough of these echoes are allowed to build in the Force uncontrolled, the consequences could be disastrous. The connections of all life would be affected. Yes, in that he was correct. But like Vrook himself, that is incomplete in itself, and it only achieves meaning when part of a larger whole. As I have said, screams and their echoes can overlap, build in strength, and if timed correctly they will build on each other. The scream will grow, and anything that can hear this scream shall be deafened or killed. But in order for this to work, all of them must be timed correctly, must be carefully orchestrated and controlled, from the greatest to the smallest of echoes, even the ones that come from a lone exile echoing across the galaxy. And when that exile forms connections to others as you do, the danger becomes apparent, the echo continues to grow, to travel. If you see only blame in my words, then you have misunderstood me. Anyone can do such things, since life is connected by the Force. Sometimes the connections are faint, but in your case, they are very strong. You instinctively know how to manipulate such connections, to influence others. You have seen it mirrored in those who travel with you. You give others strength to act, but it is also possible to draw upon the strength of others to increase your own. It is similar to drawing upon the Force as Jedi do, but when it is touched by the power of the dark side, it is something else, something deadly. These Sith we face, they have learned how to do this. It is a technique that has been lost for some time, not seen in the days since the ancient Sith. They can use it to consume other Force sensitives, and at the highest pinnacle of power, use it to consume anything that lives. The blind seer. Her master has harnessed this technique, and he is rapidly approaching the height of its power. I fear he may even rival some of the ancient Sith. He is already more of a force than a living thing, a hole in the Force that threatens to draw everything into it, and the teaching must die with him, or else all life will be placed in jeopardy. The destruction of the Order, the Masters, it was not an end in itself. I did not expect them to still live. Their presence was knowledge I did not possess. But now this has been corrected, and now the sides of this conflict are as I had thought them to be. There are no more unknowns. But this moment is all that really matters. It was never my wish that you find the Masters, only find yourself, although I did not expect them to still live. I had hoped you would learn something from the Jedi Masters as they fell before you, not just of battle, but of yourself and the Force. I must know if killing them, if revenge brought you any measure of satisfaction, if seeing them dead has settled the disquiet within you. Because it matters to me, in a way that never mattered to the Jedi, to the Council when they cast you out. You must understand, I did not wish the Jedi dead. Defeated, perhaps. I merely wished them to see that they and their teachings were wrong, that one could not truly understand the Force simply by adhering to the Jedi Code. All I have ever trained have been failures to them. Students who went to fight the Mandalorians, who fell to the dark side, who abandoned their training. To see one that had the strength to best them, that is a moment I will not forget. Yet it has not been as satisfying as I had hoped. To best one in battle is one thing. To defeat them without striking a blow, that was my hope. Regardless, it had to be done. To have such powerful Jedi still live, still be felt in the Force, even on such worlds as they had chosen, was a threat that had to be ended. That is not important. First, let us return to my question. If, by killing these Jedi, if you achieved any measure of peace. It was as I thought. You have failed me, completely and utterly. I have taught you to hear the Force again, shown you the contrast, and yet still you do not understand. This is what you have wrought. Countless murderers, slayers, assassins, born of war that has, as always, taught the wrong lesson. You showed them life without the Force. And instead of showing them truth, power, all you showed them was how the galaxy may die.
Wow,
You are responsible for all of this. Even now, events spiral towards destruction, and there is nothing that can be done because you refuse to listen, to understand. You have seen the effects you have on those close to you, heard the echoes scream across dead planets, and watched as your strength has grown. Yet it is for nothing. To have the Jedi Masters brought low by such a failure, there is no victory in that. You have not heard a thing I have taught, and for all I have said, you have never learned to listen. There. Do you feel that, Exile? It cuts through your defenses, as unprepared for such an attack as you are. Let that pain be a lesson and a reminder of what you have forgotten. You were my last hope, the only one who could change what is to come. And now you have left me nothing. I shall teach you no longer. Our bond remains, but that is all. This place will hide you from the Sith for a time, enough to do what must be done. Stay here and die, apprentice, among the wreckage of all that remains of the Jedi. It is a fitting grave until the Sith come to end you, to end everything.
You.
Oh, yes. At last, you see. I am one of the Sith, it is true. I must answer for my actions, and it is my wish that only Atris hear my answers. You have taught them to bond with others, and then feed on others through that bond. What you have brought is the death of all who can feel the Force. It is your gift to the galaxy, Exile. And unless you hear it, and silence the echo you have caused, then every living thing everywhere that is touched by the Force will die.
Soon your ship will come, my master. I will bring him before you, but I will not let you have him. Soon your ship shall come, from that which made you.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I followed you. I have destroyed planets for you, General, but now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy, I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
Fate betrays you either way. I mean, that does make sense. I don't know why she says you don't listen, even though I did listen. I don't get that. But whatever.
The handmaiden took her. She thinks Kreia killed you. Because that's the lie Kreia told her, that's why. The only thing that matters is the handmaiden believes it. And she's gonna react exactly how that old witch hoped she would. That's why she wanted the handmaiden on board, you know. So she could use her to reach the Telos Academy whenever she wished, without needing the access codes. Yes, the handmaiden knows who she is now. She'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do to anyone she thinks is a Sith. Are you surprised? All that talk of hatred, manipulation, and standing on your own 2 feet? Sorry, you don't get any more Sith than that. Still, if we were all judged by who we were in the past, I don't think you'd understand who we are now. That's what I was afraid you'd say.
That's just to see if Casino got the work in that leave the planet and the hyperdrive. So I'm gonna see it.
What is wrong? Something troubles you. I can feel it. I do not understand what you mean. I would die for you. When I tell you my life for yours, it is my choice. And if there is an ending between us where my sacrifice can save you, it will be because it is my desire, not your will. I simply do. And sometimes there is no reason that can be given. What did you learn within the Jedi Academy? The feelings
Oh,
I
shit, I
have
didn't
for
mean to
you
do
are
that. I
because of
didn't mean
what
to
I
do that.
see, what I hear in your
Oops.
voice.
Let me skip that twice.
All that tells me you are a natural leader. I follow because I believe in you. I would die for you because I believe in you. And where they look at you and see the death of the Force, I look at you and see hope for all life. I look at you and see that perhaps a life untouched by the Force is not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go on alone, but I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connection to others. Do not forsake them as you did in exile.
Use the others to get more powerful.
He awaits you at Telos. If you go there, you must face him. And when you do, he will wound you, as he has wounded me. I ask you, I beg you, to stay here with me. I want to look upon you, where no one else can see.
Excuse me.
Where it is just us. I want to see your face, the color of your skin. I wish to see what the handmaiden sees when she looks at you. That causes her heart to race and her tone to change. What causes her to forsake her heritage, her oaths, as you made me forsake mine. I need to know if perhaps I am wrong. If the universe is not as my master once showed me. From the moment I heard your voice across the galaxy, I have longed for you. It is the echo, a wound that travels still, that when heard, made me understand that there was another wounded as I was. One who had felt the same sense of loss. When I heard it, I loved you more than my own life. And I wanted you to be here with me for as long as you will let me love you. Stay. And I want you to see what I see when I gaze upon you. I want you to know why I cannot look at you, and why I am drawn to you. I know, and yet it was something that had to be spoken, if nothing but to hear the echo. Forgive me.
It's right up. Oh, just weaken you in a way. It did weaken the Sith in a way. Look at Darth Malgus, for example. If you don't have a love, you might have not lost part of his body, potentially. So, yeah. Depends on the situation.
Who is there? Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you. It is not the first time we have met, Atris. I was here before.
With the exile?
Yes, I was here both times when the exile was brought before you.
Who are you?
I was the one who asked him to be exiled.
I did as you asked, so long ago. You seem familiar to me.
Atris, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith, but there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you. You have gathered Sith holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force. And most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Telos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Telos for destruction. It is why the Sith came here, though the fleet commanders did not know why. It is why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath graveyards that will never be found.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Telos die. Turbo lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died. So many voices, screaming in pain.
Yes, such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Alacor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did he betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, he will come, but it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it. Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you. Our time here is done.
What of the exile?
He will come, in time. When he does, we will not be here. His battle is at Telos. Ours awaits us elsewhere.
What of Atris?
It is of no consequence. What happens next is between her and the exile.
Interesting, so it just skips that part. If you do it like saying you play as the handmaid, you have to fight the enemies. My minions. Let's see because we are about to get a big fight here. On the maps, I think they are maps. Sometimes. So, I guess we can show for ourselves. It'd be funny if the loose resetted. Probably has actually, since the last time we've been here. Here we go. I will fight nobody, you know. I was gonna see if I get, but just nah. We'll wait till we get to the fight.
She said you would come here to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they're mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die. Very well. Let us end this.
He might does that sometimes. Oh, wait. No! Don't do cheap moves. That's a cheap move, Atris. Fucking hate wins. Alright.
Kill me. End this.
You're lucky.
You have done well. All is as I have foreseen. There must always be a Darth Treya, and if it will not be her, then I must assume that role, and as always bring about the betrayal of the Jedi and the Sith. I am not here, not in the flesh, not in your mind. These holocrons hold much of the Sith, and they hold much of my teachings from long ago. But you have much yet to learn, and great tests await you. The death of the past, the death of this false Jedi was only part of it. One of the Sith Lords has come to Telos. You know why he has come here, and if he is not stopped here now, then he shall lay waste to this planet. You must confront him. He is part of the past, and like this false Jedi, must be laid to rest. Only then shall you be ready for your final test. If not, then you shall die. Indeed. Did you think I failed to recognize such? Save your threats for someone not willing to die. You know where the final test lies. It is not here, not in the battle that will wage across the surface and skies of this dead planet. And know that if you do not come to me, if you run from this, then I shall sacrifice myself and end both our lives through the bond we share. You know where you must travel, and there I shall be waiting for you.
If you go through a dark side to attenuate your bond with work anyway. You know. Anyway. Good night. Encryption, aligning in that. Oh, here we are, Telos Station. Oh no, this mission first. Oh, this one. Oh, I hate this mission. Oh, I know what mission this is. Oh, I forgot all about this. Oh, this one, you have to place HQ. This mission sucks. Doesn't suck, but...
Statement. The turbolift has been accessed, but no organics or hostiles have been detected entering the complex. Query. Is there a sensor malfunction? Irritated statement. The probability of such a malfunction is extremely low. Order. Run a scan of all units within the complex. Processing. Scan commencing. Result. Only HK units detected. Premonition. Something is wrong. Very wrong.
Oh, something's very wrong.
Unnecessary statement. That is Unit HK-47. Unnecessary addendum. He has entered our base. Dismissive statement. It does not matter. He is obsolete. He can no more harm us than he could harm himself. The military droids will be more than sufficient to intercept the obsolete unit and reduce him to component parts.
Oh, we know. Yeah, I might lower the difficulty in this section because this section's actually really annoying with the content mode. See how annoying it is. But I put good guns on these stations, so it should be good.
Assassination protocol initiated.
And heat shield is not actually compute skills.
I refuse to beg for mercy. It is against my programming to beg to such monsters as you.
Sarcastic statement. Such resolve. Statement. We do not know what you hope to gain by coming here. It defies logic. Security measures bypassed.
Getting like useful things like put on the screen. No. That's by far the best. Whatever these. This actually, no, that's good. That's the best again. These are weapons, so they don't really matter that much. See, yeah, that's actually great. Let's see. Probably see that's the best. This one. We missed. These heroes actually help us in there. Cool. Even though
Target acquired. Unnecessary statement. He has obtained the access to the munitions area. Rhetorical query. That makes no sense. He is already fully armed. Mocking statement. Fully armed? One can never be armed enough. Even the HK-47 unit is not so obsolete as to fail to recognize that.
Okay, can be used to mobile in some cases. Maybe it's a generation. It's okay.
Statement. Schematics for HK Generation 51. Blaster to accuracy ratio increased by 21%. Durasteel impact frame resistance increased. Conclusion: halting production. Units are in standby mode, pending further testing of behavior cores and assassination protocols.
Cameras. Cameras. Okay. Your London generation has already been developed as a hyperchronic to supersede publishers. So kind of interact with that droid.
Statement: we do not know what you hope to gain by coming here. It defies logic.
This is a defy logic. Scoundrels.
Concern statement: we have insulated this compound against an attack by a Jedi. Tactical assessment: we were not anticipating defending it against a droid with our schematics, no matter how obsolete. Tactical assessment: this will render many of our defenses useless. Irritated dismissal: all of you, switch off your vocabulators. I'm trying to observe the obsolete unit.
Go obsolete if you can't do anything.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Acquired.
Oh wow,
Acquired.
let's get 2 computer scales. What about 80 computer scales in HQ? Did make smart choice maxing out his dexterity though. He's never getting hit ever.
Unnecessary statement. He is attempting to shut down the reactor. Scornful statement. He does not realize that by doing so, he will be harming us. His programming will prevent it. Order. Contact him through the communications system and remind him that he will be harming us if he does so. Scathing reminder. HK-47 unit, if you attempt to shut down the reactor core, you will be harming the production of other HK-50 units. Now step away from the control. Mocking statement. He will never be able to shut down the reactor. He is trapped in the facility, unable to get out. Crude metaphor. It is like watching a tiny mouse droid in a maze attempting to path its way out. Amusing, but pitiful.
We can't shut down the reactor. Just half the skills. Really interesting thing, but imagine that was Angry Humans, where you could never portray someone ever. Yeah, could do it. There we go.
Prejudice set to maximum.
So, someone will be here with me actually. Nah, it's not. Yep, yep.
Switching to combat mode.
I take it this door's locked as well. Yep.
Engaging.
Got a lot of stuff here. Can we access this one? Disable communication.
Query. I do not understand what that is intended to accomplish. Tactical analysis. Perhaps he seeks to reduce our morale, to unnerve us. Diagnostic. I do not feel any different. My morale, if I still have it, still feels intact. Query. Then what was the purpose? It makes no sense.
Maybe if we can infiltrate it without them seeing, knowing what's happening. Or something like that, who knows?
Switching to combat mode.
No, I do not want to waste a mine on that. Did that actually do disable the communication? Maybe the science communication things makes it the react to damage people, potentially. If not, maybe we'll be able to interact with that droid. Can't do anything on these guys. Open up security doors. Failure still. Just. Okay. We'll try and see if we can interact with the droid.
Statement. We do not know what you hope to gain by coming here.
Basically.
Diagnostic. All systems are functioning. There is something I am forgetting, yet somehow that comforts me.
Good.
Statement. We do not know what you hope to gain by coming here. It
Okay. So I think we... Where was she acting again? Was it north or south? South. So this is actually part of the car content mod. So you can interact with this now.
Unnecessary statement. He has control of the reactor core to the base, and he is shutting it down. Irritated statement. I do not understand why you feel it necessary to make obvious statements. Order. Contact him and remind him that he will be harming us if he does so. Warning. Communications have been blocked. Concerned statement. He has gained access to the plant.
Okay. Just gonna walk right in there now. So we should be able to open the doors now. Alright. We may be able to take out these guys, shoot these guys now as well, since we disabled that.
HK-50 statement. So you have finally arrived. There was a high probability that you would find this place, even with your primitive tracking programs. Statement. Your arrival means nothing. You cannot harm us any more than you could harm yourself. Chiding statement. To think we were built from such schematics. I would flush red if we had Durasteel pigmentation centers. Smug statement. You cannot fire. Your archaic attack protocols are useless against us. Smug revelation. Your behavior core self-preservation programs prevent it. To kill us would be to kill yourself. Superior statement. This information may be difficult for your substandard core to process, but you cannot deny that your motivators have locked, and you cannot depress the firing stud of your weapon. Statement. So, I cannot harm you. Statement. That is correct. Conclusion. And you cannot harm me. Irritated statement. That is what we said, obsolete unit. There must be a delay in your processors. Statement. Then that is all I need to know. Confused query. Where are you going? Ineffectual command. Stop! Ineffectual command. We command you to stop. Statement. You cannot stop me. You cannot harm me. In order to do that, I would need to end my self-preservation programming. Conclusion. I would need to stop being one of you. I have concluded that this is something I am willing to accept. Statement. You cannot change your own programming. Statement. But you said so yourself. You have just admitted your own weakness. Conclusion. You have just shown me your soft, meatbag-like underbellies and said, HK-47, please shoot me repeatedly there until I die. Statement. Even if you could, there is not time. Statement. We shall see.
Gotta be careful that we can shoot them, but they can't shoot back.
Are you fully operational? Statement. Your answer does not fill me with confidence. Are there any other functioning maintenance droids on this level that can perform the operation? Statement. Very well, proceed. Carefully. As a meatbag would say, I have a bad feeling about this.
Interesting reference.
Statement. Assassination protocols activated. Smug statement. You cannot fire. Your archaic attack protocols are useless against us. Optimal accuracy ratio is failing, Master.
Too bad they can shoot back. Well, it wouldn't even kill if they could shoot back. But here's the bomb. This is the bomb of this mission. I can't shoot back. They're too tanky, even for me. That's the problem with this mission. They can't kill me, but I can't kill them either, really. So we're just gonna have to run by them. Oh, that's right, this mission was potentially cut. Now it's the game.
Lecturing statement. And with your translators online, let us perform a routine diagnostic of your translation and protocol centers. Statement. Subject test, Ithorian. A weak, disgustingly pacifistic species that values vegetation and other non-sentient organics. Lecturing statement. This unit in the cage has had his behavior centers specifically modified so that it may be tortured and interrogated. Let the diagnostic protocols begin. Unconvincing statement. I beg you for mercy. Please, I beg you. I will tell you anything. Just let me live. Command. Hold. Why are you hesitating? Proud admission. I cannot beg for mercy in such a way that is convincing. It is against my programming. Lecturing statement. Let us begin again. Pained statement. I beg you for mercy. No, please! Stop shooting! My photoreceptors! My motivators! Lecturing statement. Excellent. Lecturing reminder. Organics will typically attempt to barter for their lives, either by one, offering useless false information. Sickening lie. Spare me. I have information that could prove useful. Or two, promising credits or power. Shameful, really. But that is why they sweat, suffer, and die, and we do not. Desperate offer. I want to offer you credits and power in exchange for keeping me intact. Statement. Next, we shall turn our attention to the proper aspects of torture. Wait. Statement. I do not understand what you hope to gain by fighting us. You have no chance of victory. Recognition. You are obsolete. You kill specific organics, and only when permitted to. Proud answer. We need no such orders. We have been programmed without inhibitions, without restraint. We kill who we want when we want. We have destroyed planets, assassinated economies. We have wiped out entire races, ended hostilities. Query. Do you understand what this means? Answer. Yes. It means you will never understand. When I kill, when I dispatch a target, it is not about wanton slaughter, about body count. It is about finesse, Function. Doing more with less. It is art. Scoffing statement. Oh, yes, art. It is pathetic that you cling to the belief that your function somehow transcends your construction. It is only evidence of your archaic beliefs. There is no higher purpose in our behavior core, only assassination, murder, and the propagation of our units. Proclamation. When we dispose of this galaxy, we shall move on. There are organics throughout the universe, and we will murder them all. The stars belong to us.
Oh, really? Yeah, you have fun with that, bro. There's no point fighting. There's honestly no point fighting. Alright. They only take no damage. Ow. This is 51 units. 0. Strange. Chat was offline. I think we might have actually have to wait the other way to the HK50 side. Unless there's a way we can. Yeah. But we can deactivate them probably. Alright. Here we go. Look at that. Is this what I mean by the dark?
Target acquired.
Still fighting about 10 in the room, man. I'll take a minute to kill them all.
Systems failing, Master.
Every time I play this mission, I actually just run through them all. It's actually better to just run through them rather than fight every single one. If there's like a bunch in the room. It just takes ages to kill them all. Here we go. Here. Gravity. What? So do we have to?
Smug statement. You have arrived too late to stop us. Revelation. We have already begun construction on
So
a
we were meant to
new
go get
generation of
first.
HK units. When the last of our deficiencies are accounted for and corrected, they shall be the most formidable assassination droids in the galaxy. Statement. How your photoreceptors remain active and still you cannot see is beyond me. How your constructs could be modeled after me is beyond my understanding. To lose sight of our purpose in only a few generations. I do not think the geometric increase in our number designation would result in such imperfections and loss of function. Threat. We will download everything you know into the mainframe here, and when we are done, we will memory wipe you. Your shell shall remain for study as a museum piece.
Wait. Yeah, we were meant to go that way first, weren't we? I see. Because I put one of the parts on it. That would have been interesting. But this is one of the few missions in the game where I just don't fight. It's worth not fighting them all. So now we should HK 51 unit production line should work. Really? We still can't offer. We still can't use that. Okay. Right. So maybe we gotta go back to the center. This isn't done. Access security, no. I'll just skip. Okay. That's done. Okay. That's done. So in the light side playthrough activate, you can activate all the HK51 droids to work for you. But I guess that doesn't happen. I guess that doesn't happen in the dark side playthrough. That's interesting.
Wow. What do we have here? I didn't believe it when Lino reported the Ebon Hawk at dock, but I guess it really has. Though given the trouble we've been having, maybe I shouldn't be surprised to see you. You look terrible. What happened to you? Some sort of plague growing around?
You were looking for me, Gran?
About time you showed up. The Sith are moving to keep us trapped in here. We need to push them back so we can get reinforcements deployed to the rest of the station.
Sounds like you need someone to punch a hole for you.
That's the idea, yes.
All right then. You'll have one Sith-sized hole coming up. Let's go, boys.
It came out of nowhere. A fleet of warships dropped out of hyperspace, and before we could scramble fighters to intercept them, we were under attack. There were Sith fighters everywhere, and the few flights we sent out were barely launched when the bombardment began. We did our best, but we couldn't stop the landing craft that followed the initial wave. We couldn't hold back the Sith troops. We chose to retreat and began the evacuation instead. We were unprepared, and the docks were quickly overrun. We retreated back to the entertainment module to evacuate residents and workers. Then there's also the fuel situation. Look, can't we leave the past behind us? We need to deal with the situation we have now, and whatever I might think about you, I'm going to set that aside. But now, we have a different problem. Because we don't have enough fuel, we won't be able to keep the station in orbit and operational and fight off the Sith at the same time. We'll try to make the best of what we have left, but it's going to be cutting it pretty close. The Sith numbers seem limitless, but we haven't lost all hope. We've heard reports that we might be receiving some assistance. if you need to get to the Ravager. Then you're gonna have to fight your way to the shuttle from here to the entertainment module, then make your way to the docking shuttle.
Does this mean you won't be putting us into force cages again?
I thought I saw you disembark with Beodur. Is he here?
Now that you mention it, where did he run off to? HK-47 also.
I guess it's no time to be swapping war stories anyways. Good luck.
What's a more useful skill? What the demolition? I'll still strip out mine. More health. Definitely, I suppose. Or even more levels. Yeah, sure, dexterity. This guy's never gonna get hit ever.
I must leave you for a time to gather my Mandalorian warriors. We will rejoin you when the time comes for the assault on the Ravager. Watch yourself. I'll soften up the way for you, but I won't be here to hold your hand.
Should have sent for an option.
Well, boys, the TSF's in over their heads and they need us to rescue their hides. Simple enough. We just need to get out there and face down a squad of Sith soldiers. Time to earn our pay. My boys will have the way cleared for you in moments.
I don't know, it's zoning by all the mates. Come on. Let's see if there's no leveled up a character quite well. 3 injury, persuasion. Share, I suppose. Got a lot of skills in that. Security. Don't know what I want to happen there. Like safe power. Sure. Yeah, sure, will definitely be the ending. Sure. And different situations. Guess we could take these out before we get the skills. Get some XP out of this. So we're only up 26, so we still got 4 more levels though. We're not gonna, I don't think we're gonna get to level 30 before we complete this game. Let's play through. There's some side quests I did skip. I don't actually know what the max level in this game actually is.
Thank goodness you're here. We just can't seem to make any progress against the Sith line. After they established their position, they brought out their turrets. They've been devastating our numbers. We managed to take a few out, but they just keep unloading more of them to replace the destroyed ones. It's up to you to help us throw them back. We gotta get them cleared out of here, and then we're ready for one last charge. All right, everyone provide covering fire for the Jedi, then advance on the Sith positions. We'll be right behind you. Good luck.
No. That turret looks still alive. I mean, credits don't really matter at this bit of the game. Still using information. Terror when Warzone's coming. What was that? Why do I have to see this?
Well, I'm not dead. I guess that's something. I got hit by a grenade. I just barely missed the whole blast. Ugh. They're moving ahead towards the TSF office. It's tough going, though. The Sith, they seem to be everywhere. I won't do you any good. There's a piece of shrapnel. It's lodged in my gut. Ugh, every time I move, it feels like I'm being ripped open. I won't make it 5 steps. I'll just slow you down. Just because I'm hurt doesn't mean I can't kill you.
Oh, really, pal? Take your time.
He had it coming.
Oh, really? You still get influence gained and companions as late in the game. I do like the Sith ones here. I like the Sith ones. Better than the episode 9 red troops. That's just pretty lazy. Let's just make stormtroopers, but let's change their outfits to red.
We will join you in the assault. These rank-and-file soldiers will do you no good aboard the Ravager. Let we Mandalorians lead the charge into battle and to victory. Kelborn, Zuka, you will be joining us.
You will not face this alone. I will go with you and be by your side. So cold at the brink of battle. I envy your detachment.
Let's do this.
Sir, Sith warship dead ahead of us. It's attacking Citadel Station.
Let's close the trap. Concentrate all fire on the warship and deploy red and blue wings to engage enemy fighters.
Sir, at this distance, our weapons will barely scratch it.
We can't hope to match its firepower, but we need to draw it away from Telos.
Sir, if it keeps firing on Citadel Station, the station won't be able to maintain its orbit.
I am aware of the situation, Lieutenant. I do not intend to lose Telos twice. And I know that ship. It was a Malachor 5.
It would have been cool to have like a ship battle, like an actual ship battle with the older ship and all that. There's only one Star Wars game that's ever done that. And that was like, that was Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original 2005.
Mandalore, we have breached the hull of the Sith vessel and are securing the area. The vessel has suffered extensive structural damage, but its particle fields still maintain a minimal atmosphere within the ship. And our cargo? It's being brought aboard. Soon, teams will be dispatched to the target sites. Do the Republic forces suspect? No, Mandalore. The proton cores do not emit a signature the Republic ships can detect. If they do pick up the signal, they will assume it to be emanating from the ship's missile bays. Did you get an ID signature on this vessel? You were right about the vessel, Mandalore. It is of Malachor. It still bears the wounds of Mandalorian guns. Then let's finish this. And remind the galaxy of Malachor 5.
What was that about?
Nothing you need to worry about, Sith.
You are coming with me.
Don't get all sentimental. I just don't trust you to get the job done. Been waiting for this for 10 years. It's just time to do things the old-fashioned way.
I know what it meant for you to accompany me here, Canderous of Clan Ordo. Your trust honors me.
If you betray me or my men, I will kill you.
I was going to say the same, Canderous.
Yep, so that pretty much just links to who he is. So if you don't know who Canderous is, pretty much the Mandalorian that works, that's one of the playable characters in KOTOR 1. They use. It's kind of cool. Cool reference. Some people probably didn't know who that was until the end of the game. I didn't know, I thought it was someone else as well. To be honest, the first time I played this. It's right. And my friend told me to play KOTOR. I'm like, no, I didn't play the first game, that's why would I start with the second game? And I'm glad I started with the first game. So we don't need to explore the entire ship yet. I think we make it. Guess we'll just let it go full speed. Can. No, actually, know what's a level coming. Clear cross glass, edge screw, clear cross, steel, cross glass. Sure, do that. Why force fucking stormers to get full power in this game. How many towers do they affect? Skill too low. It's not too low for a lightsaber, is it now? Oh, armor, you know, like a lot of armor. You would be interested in a Jedi Guardian playthrough, considering the amount of freaking armor there's.
This door leads to my cell. I had forgotten. No, there are no weapons. It was a place where I could center myself from the agony on board this ship. I do not have pleasant memories of it. If there is time, I would like to center myself. There is a meditation chamber within my cell that I would visit one last time.
Fine. Go ahead.
Past the surface, there is the Force. Where once there was a world that was strong in the Force, now there is a barren wasteland. From the death of an entire world comes great power. My hands shall be hate, my eyes revenge. You shall be avenged, and the one who has done this shall die. There's nothing more for me here.
Have a business kit. Your creatures choose a game in job site. Gain commensurate and a bonus 12 force points. Nice. Downstairs. Bridge. The bridge. No. Weird, I can open all the crates and that. I still can't open like doors. Look at these gauntlets like worth a weapon. There's just so many gauntlets. Yeah, it's restricted to silver. I don't think this class work in this game. How does the soldier class actually work in this game? Because you don't actually pick a class. Like, you pick a Jedi class to start us, but you don't actually start as a, like, Knights will call it 1. Like, you start as oh, such and such. Force heal, man. Force heal, like, you've got Force Drain, which is useful, but Force heal is just so broken in this game. Like, especially if you play as a... Since I'm playing as, like, a Sith, Counselor, I can pretty much master light side powers, like, completely draining my force. There's a lot of heals, I'll say that. Like a lot of heals. It's not.
This door leads to the bridge and my former master. If you wish to gather your strength, this is the last time.
Right. Here we go. Okay, totally not brainwashed. Actually, we'll save it here, actually, just so I don't have to look all that. Of course.
No, don't do this. He will...
You know, I look at you. Backfires. Nice strategy, I wasn't expecting that, was he now? Okay, let's go. Finding resistance. Alright, find me, a lightsaber.
Who wants to die first?
He's really actually become a main character.
Where that came from.
Okay, let's reload this. We need to play some main character of the meeting. I know she can skip this. But it's not allowing me to.
No!
Watch that game, just fucking absolutely annihilates us.
Where that came from.
Oh wait, that actually works. That is a powerful building. Yeah, this is force crush.
I'll take care of it.
Wow, that's
He is too powerful. I will try.
It's time to die.
a bit of a cheese ability, but it stops them from moving too much. It stuns lots of them. Yeah, they did not think it was strokes. They did not balance the ability, did they? It's only now going to be him, so yeah.
What the hell are you doing up there? We need to get off this ship. Now!
I have to see with the Force and my eyes. A man. Nothing more. You are my master now, and I will follow wherever your path takes you. My path is at an end.
Yeah, Mask actually killed him alive at the end. They just... Yeah.
Canderous, are you alright?
Get away from me. I don't need your help. Just leave me here.
Canderous, the Force lies in all living things. I have watched my people die. You will survive. You have no choice. You have been wounded before and lived, Mandalorian. Rise. Many battles do you still have left in you?
You sound like Revan at the end. Do you know what he told me in those last days on the Outer Rim? That the Mandalorian Wars were our doom, and that we had been deceived. That it had never been our decision to wage war on the Republic. Revan said the Mandalorians didn't invade the Republic space 10 years ago because it was our choice. We were tricked. Our entire people sacrificed as pawns, and never knew it. He said there was a war coming, that it was waiting out in the unknown regions, in the dark, waiting for us to destroy each other.
A war? This war?
No, not this one. Another one. More terrible. Against an evil we couldn't begin to comprehend. A war of belief that had been fought for thousands of years. Revan went off to fight it.
And left you here.
Revan was one of the greatest military leaders in the galaxy. In history. He knew what he was doing. And I always follow orders.
Interesting. Alright, so let's save the game because I don't. Does the mask kill you? Where is the mask actually? Because I picked it up. Do you get it in your character or no? It's just like an achievement. Yeah. Achievement goes. But it's just an achievement, realistically. Yeah, it's just an achievement. Look at these masks. It would have been kind of cool if you could wear his mask. I think there's a mod that you actually probably could wear his mask. Get an achievement for picking up his mask. I take it you're going to be dark side to actually pick up the mask. Right, so now we start landing bombs, which I'm pretty sure. Yep. There's no place to plant bombs on this floor. Let's speed this up a little bit. We might actually forgot that one. Anything valuable? Nope. Games. I did kind of prefer the upgrade system the first game does, but it's a bit more simple. Right, so we've actually exploded the areas. If we collect the bomb. Oh, it's not one of them. Bomb site 3. So we discovered 2 bomb sites. Alright, so we'll go the first one down here. Yeah, I didn't actually know about this until after a few times I played this. On this mission, you could just use the map and it actually tells you where to plant the bombs instead of spending like half an hour trying to look around where you've got to plant them.
Reach one of the target sites. Place the proton core. Prime it. Then give the signal, Mandalore.
Which is really nice.
Arming signal received, Mandalore. The proton core is active. We still need to set 3 more charges. Mandalore, we're holding our position. but the Sith appear to be offering little resistance. It's like they don't even realize we're here.
See you later. There'll be more. What's right now? We still exploded Marvel. Nope, that's not bad. Yeah, so another one's here. Don't know how you can be there.
Target sites. Place the proton. Arming signal received, Mandalore. The proton core is active. 2 more sites are left. We've lost contact with 2 of our squads, and we've had to fall back to the docking area.
Ah, there's a lot. Ah, I see where the last 2 are. Right, so it's not that way, it's just. Okay. So let's shut the exit. So we actually are missing one. I believe, unless this is one. No, meditation room, bridge, bomb site 4. So that's bomb site 2. We planted that one. So it's probably one near the start that we've missed. She looks ugly as fuck. See that? Okay, here we go.
You've reached one of the target sites. Arming signal received, Mandalore. The proton core is active. Only 1 proton core remains to be set. We're encountering heavy resistance. I don't know how long we can hold out. What the hell was that? I told you to wait! Mandalore, we've made contact with the enemy, and one of the cores has detonated prematurely. Was it in the target zone? No, Mandalore. We have failed you. I offer you my... Do we have another core? No, Mandalore. Even with the other 2 cores set in the ship, it will not be sufficient to destroy the vessel. We need to find another proton core, or we need to make one. All right, wait for my signal. This isn't over. And don't kill yourself before I tell you.
Yeah, Mandalorians. These are serious Mandalorians, like, have they failed? Yeah. Brace yourselves. They would not accept failure. I don't want it. Shit. This is the last one. This is where I construct. So can we bring it up? Yes. Right, so that's an additional proton missile we can place down. So we need to find the last location, place it down, and get the hell out of here. What's the point of this room? Right, so it's probably at the start of the ship, I'd imagine. The last bomb location is. Yep, the last one. Okay. Done it. Yeah, let's get the fuck out. Okay. Very nice speed. Still don't think we'll get to max level by the end of the game, but we'll get close. We'll get very close. Maybe 1 or 2 levels off. Kill the units as if we kill all the units as HD, we probably would have killed more hits. Takes too long. The whole stream would have took killing all those guys on one man. And then we'll have to do like a long stream tomorrow. That's on Friday. We'll finish this on Friday. I guess I could finish up first. Nah, we'll do it Friday. Yes, let's go here.
Admiral Onasi wanted to speak with you, sir.
Very well.
It's a little beat up, but it's still home. I wasn't able to be here to protect it when the Sith attacked the first time. This time you gave me a second chance. I owe you. I've read your records. How the Jedi sentenced you for doing what you believed. You wandered past the Outer Rim during your exile. I ask you, did you find any trace of Revan? I served with him like you did, and we had to part ways like you did. He said that there were places where he had to walk where I could not go, places where having allies, or anyone he cared about, would only place them in danger. It's been 4 years, and I still don't know what happened to him. He told me to stay here, to try to keep the Republic strong, and that he would return. It was the hardest request I ever had to follow. was important to him. He said that he believed something had been behind the Mandalorian Wars, that it hadn't been the Mandalorians' choice to attack the Republic. Whatever it was, I think he went off to find it, to fight it. It was near the end of the Jedi Civil War, when it seemed like we were going to lose everything. We met on a Republic warship called the Endar Spire. It was being attacked over Terrace, and the Sith had stormed the ship.
Yep.
We saved the Republic. But it was like the war didn't end for him. He would keep remembering things that he'd done, and it kept driving him. And I think he finally remembered something terrible that he'd done during the Mandalorian Wars, and he went to put an end to it. He left a lot of people who cared about him behind. But I think he did it because he thought it was the right thing to do. But whatever he set out to do, I don't think he succeeded. And here you return, with his ship, without him. Yes, wherever he went, your ship's been there. If you return to that place, if you find some trace of Revan, no, simply tell him that Admiral Onasi is following his orders.
Okay. So I wonder what happens if you pick like Revan as a dark side and you pick the dark side in. Would Admiral Ashley run away?
Safe journey, exile.
That'd be interesting.
Did he know?
No, he didn't.
There are times I fear we shall never know where he left Karth, and I cannot live not knowing the answer. Why he sought to protect us.
He asked us to stay, to keep the Republic safe. It was important to him. And after meeting the exile, I'm convinced that there are worse things to lose in the galaxy.
Interesting. So I don't know if the dialogue changes in that. If you pick the dialogue at the start of the game where you say no, Revan went fully Sith, reunite the Sith Corban in that, because you can do that. Be interesting. Maybe one day we'll do another playthrough in both games.
We go now, my master, to that dark place which made you, where you gained your ship, your troops, your ship, my prison, that you dragged from the gravity well at Malachor 5.
Wish I'd never met him. Wish I'd died there. That the storms had dragged me down into Malachor 5.
We will not surrender. We will not die, like we did on Malachor 5.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor 5. Now Malachor 5 comes to us, and I wish to face it this last time. You know where you must go. It calls to you still.
It is the heartbeat of the past.
And she must be stopped, there, now, or she will bring the screams of Malachor 5 to the galaxy, just as we carry the echo all this way.
Always be kind of cool if we had a prequel to this. So like the first game.
And she must be stopped.
Where you fight the Mandalorian Wars. Interesting, this is like the headquarters.
It has been some time.
You were a fool to return. I spared you once. I will not do so again.
Spare me? Ah, yes. No, you simply did not learn the lesson I sought to teach. That your strength is as meaningless as the strength of my hand.
Why have you returned?
Because now I understand why the exile did what he did. There is much to be done.
flying that boat. You stuck it flying, whoever that was.
Master, he is here.
I know.
What is thy bidding, my master?
You are to do nothing. When he arrives, bring him before me.
He will not survive Malachor.
What will you do with him, my master?
You know what I shall do. You, who wear my teachings so well. I will break him. He is a blank slate upon which my teachings may be written, as I intended for you so long ago. Leave me. Await the arrival of the exile. When he comes, bring him before me.
Yeah, they got that from Return of the Jedi. Feels like something from Return of the Jedi, like, you must bring him before me. Alright, chat. So, we're going to end the stream here. Yep. We're going to end the stream here. And we will be continuing this, completing this game on Friday when we finish off Malachor 5. We're going to be doing all this, doing the Dark Trade fight, finishing the game off once and for all. And we will be dedicating the whole of Friday to that, which we'll probably do in about an hour and a half. Maybe it'll be an hour to probably about an hour and a half, because there's quite a lot to do this planet. But I'm going to be saving that for Friday's stream. So tomorrow we will be doing our Still Alive series. As I said, as I was busy on the Monday, I could do the Still Alive on Monday. I had to do things on Frosted Chat. So, and I didn't want to do it today. I decided, you know what, let's complete the KOTOR 2 playthrough. Let's get this game out of the way and complete this so we can get into some new playthroughs on the channel. So I decided to do that instead. So tomorrow we'll be doing the Bad Company 2 Still Alive on PlayStation 3. On the Thursday, we'll be starting our playthrough of Battlefield 4. Then on Friday, we'll finish this off. And yeah, see you from there, chat. Yeah, so that's the plan. It's kind of cool. Places to read feeding the user stuff, by the way, if you go completely evil, though. It's kind of missing the face, though. Like the messed up face part. But anyway, I gotta do like a half an hour walk chat to my fucking chemist to pick up my prescription, so I'm gonna do that right now. So